guest is the Academy Award nominated director of The Elephant Man and Blue Velvet, and of course the guy responsible for Twin Peaks over there at ABC. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the program, David Lynch.
These actresses that had this thing, the it thing, didn't have a name for it, but it's like, it's charisma, it's some kind of glow, it's some kind of thing that when they walk into the room, people turn and look. What is that thing? That, dear friends, is consciousness.
My name is Ariane Aurora, and I'm a student at NYU Tisch, currently working on a musical here at La Jolla Playhouse called Bangin' It. My question is that being a part of the entertainment industry myself, you tend to see a lot of fakeness, ego, ignorance. How has TM practice helped you balance your career or creative work with that reality? And how has it helped to enhance your creativity?
One thing that happens when you're transcending every day, like you heard me say to Amira, you get more and more love, this universal love. Mm-hmm. Everybody starts looking better. Everybody starts seeming kind of more familiar, like you've known them. We're hooked together, and you don't judge other people. You see where they are, sort of, and they look like they're maybe egomaniacs or whatever, or yeah, they got this kind of thing going or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's all sort of okay. And then there's this other thing, keep your eye on the donut and not on the hole. It doesn't really matter what other people are doing or saying or thinking. You have your thinking and you're doing, and you concentrate on that. And you do the best you can of translating ideas that you've gotten, which are gifts. You translate your ideas to music or to film, and you concentrate on that, you focus on that, and you do the best you can with every single element, every single day till it's done. And then if you see people suffering, they might say, well, what are you doing? What is this thing of meditation? Or what is this? Then you tell them about it if they ask about it. You don't want to go around just being a preacher, but if anybody asks you what you do, you seem happy, you seem clear thinking, you seem, what is going on? Then you tell them about this technique, and you get them to a teacher, a legitimate teacher of transcendental meditation, and you get them meditating. Yeah. Tell them to become a light unto themselves. And, and if you get enough lights going, you start changing the world. So it's all okay. It's all okay. There's always been, in the recent written history, suffering going on. Mm-hmm. It's time now for these peace screening groups, using this technology that Maharishi brought out, to get these big peace screening groups going where they're powerful enough to enliven this field and affect collective consciousness. Mm-hmm. This is the thing. And this is the next thing. We need to support these peace creating groups to mm-hmm. change this world in a big way. And very soon we need this. So if we know any multi-millionaires or multi-billionaires, they say 1 or 2 billionaires just giving a tiny portion of their money could bring peace on earth, and they'd be credited for this. Their name would be engraved in beautiful stones around the world for helping bring peace. And of course, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, who revived these techniques, he didn't make this up. Mm-hmm. He revived these technologies of consciousness that can bring peace, that can bring happiness, that can end suffering. So take advantage of this. Let's get this thing going. And you guys got this responsibility now. Get out and get it done. Don't take no for an answer.
Is there any other piece of advice or just anything you would want to say to the aspiring actors, the filmmakers, or just students in general who would be watching this podcast? Anything, what they could take away from this?
There's a thing they used to call a lot of actresses, the it girls. These actresses that had this thing, the it thing, didn't have a name for it, but it's like, it's charisma. It's some kind of glow. It's some kind of thing that when they walk into the room, people turn and look. What is that thing? Yeah. That, dear friends, is consciousness. And they might not know how come they got this, more consciousness than somebody else, but they've got it. And if they wanted to get more, they could learn this technique to dive within and get more. But so my advice to any human being is to learn transcendental meditation so they can expand this consciousness and get happier and say goodbye to suffering. For actors and actresses and directors and writers, transcend every day. Get this technique. Writer's block becomes less and less and less. Ideas start flowing more and more and more. Happiness goes. Creativity grows. Yeah. You read some scene and you just have this knowing of a way you can make it real from a deep level.
Yeah.
It's money in the bank.
Of course.
And so it's like, and it changes everything for the good.
It
Tell
does.
them to start meditating, not next month, this afternoon, or tomorrow.
No, for sure. And like when you were talking about drugs and how that's such a major problem, being a student and being a working actor, you see how these actors, these artists handle, and because they're unable to find this meditation and they're not doing it, they find other routes or other ways to battle or like deal with what they're going through or help them, where drugs come in, and they don't understand. No one understands the negative effects while they're doing it because they think this will help them come out of the writer's block or whatever. So it's like when I started TM, it was a big change for me, as an artist. So like, and it helps you go away from everything else that is not necessarily good for you, but you might just think it is, because the world and the news and everything has made it that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous world. It's a dangerous, tricky world. You think about moms and dads these days, and they see their small baby growing up, and then they see them going into high school, and they kiss them goodbye. So many have died the death. It's a dangerous thing. Get them this technique.
Yeah.
They'll get the inner strength to say, no, I'm not going to take this. I was so lucky. I had friends in art school that said, no, David, don't you take those drugs. I said, really? Well, I probably would have been a great drug addict. I would have been dead by now for sure. But they said, don't you take those. And I didn't ever figure it. I was so lucky. My peer pressure worked in an opposite way. And so it's so much pressure to take drugs. And also, like, sometimes meditation, maybe it was started by drug dealers. It's kind of a goody two shoes thing about, and it doesn't work. It's bullshit. Yeah. Are you kidding me? Take this, meth, and you'll really be, in great shape. You'll really be flying right away.
Yeah, and just imagine if they would put that in the curriculums of colleges. Imagine if the TM could be a part of NYU Tisch. Imagine if it could be a part of curriculums in colleges, just like it is in Maharishi University. You know what I mean? Like, it's like it could actually change a lot, because when you start meditation,
it will be one day soon.
One day,
it really will be. People will see it's so obvious. It does everything for the human being. So. Yeah, it's just a matter of spreading the word. Spreading the word. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me this time. I'm going to go back to my musical, but it was such an honor.
Good luck with your music, champ.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Betcha.